What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go over the full moon in Taurus that has transpired on November the 5th, 2025. Now, I am a little bit late in recording this, but I honestly just wanted to give myself grace as well as time to really process some things and get some stuff in order on my end. But for the most part, I still wanted to come on here and do the full moon in Taurus reading and see what it has for the collective. Now, for those of you that don't know, hi, my name is Tiara, and I do weekly tarot readings every week, as well as monthly tarot readings. Like, for example, we just got into the month of November, so I just posted the November monthly reading. Also, I do moon readings such as this one, whenever there's a full moon or new moon, solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, it's just whatever. But for the most part, I also post podcast episodes. And speaking of podcast episodes, I may post one this week or next week, depending on how I feel. And sometimes I do vlogs. Now, I haven't posted vlogs on here before. Now, there was one vlog on here that I had, but I had to archive it because of a copyright strike. But for the most part, I do vlogs, but I don't necessarily post them. But for the most part, I may post some in the future. It's just sporadic. In any case, if you're interested in any of those things that I mentioned in my little intro here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's free. Hit the like button, just to help my channel to grow, but also to become a community. I want a healthy community on here, as well as healthy dialogue, healthy community, that's primarily, yeah. So if you want to be a part of that, just be sure to hit that subscribe button and we can help the channel to grow. But in most part, let's go ahead and get this started. What's coming up for the collective in regards to this new full moon in Taurus that transpired on November the 5th, 2025? What is it that they need to know in regards to this full moon in Taurus? What is it that the collective need to know in regards to this full moon in Taurus that is transpired on November the 5th, 2025? What is the message that they need to know? What is the message that they need to hear? Collective message for the full moon in Taurus on November 2025. I keep wanting to say new moon. So look back at when the new moon in Taurus transpired. It probably happened more than likely in Taurus season. So if you're interested, you reflect on that time period. I guess it was 6 months away, 6 months ago. See what happened within that time period and what have you learned and what is it that you're releasing, that you've been cultivating throughout this cycle of the Taurus moon cycle. What's coming up for the collective in regards to this new moon, full moon in Taurus that is transpired on November the 5th, 2025. What is the message that they need to hear in regards to this full moon in Taurus 2025? What is it that they need to know? What is it that they need to hear in regards to this new moon in Taurus? Get through more shuffles. What is it that the collective need to know in regards to this new moon, full moon in Taurus that is transpired on November the 5th, 2025? What is the message that they need to know? What is the message that they need to hear? Oh, I keep in my cards. One more shuffle. Three. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. What is the collective message for this new moon, full moon in Taurus that is transpired on November the 5th, 2025? Knight of Wands. It's like you're fully charged. I think you're solidifying something. The reason why I say that is you pull up a Knight of Wands with the Three of Cups reversed at the bottom of the deck. I'm just gonna make this assumption that you're probably full force in ushering in either letting go of something or disconnecting, or just not coming together with something. You're coming into some sort of halt, or you're ushering in some sort of change. What's coming up for the collective in regards to this new moon and full moon in Taurus? I keep saying new moon. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Let's see. You pulled the Seven of Pentacles here. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm all over the place, but you pulled the Seven of Pentacles reverse here. You're no longer waiting. I think you're going to be speaking your truth this full moon in Taurus. I think you're going to really be speaking your truth. I don't think you're patient. You're no longer patient on something. And I think, like I said in the beginning, I think you're ushering in some sort of change, or you're ushering some sort of momentum here. You may speak your truth. You may be defending something. You may be like, speaking out against something that probably went against something in regard. Let's see. Why the Knight of Wands here? Temperance. And you've been patiently, I think this is something you've been, okay, how can I put this? I think you've been patiently waiting, but was weighing heavy on you. Like, I think you was like preventing yourself from speaking your piece. I think you were like feeling as though like you weren't making any progress by holding your tongue or not making any action or not doing anything. And I think you just been weighing, like trying to make sure that you were like, it was weighing heavy on you. It's like something was weighing on you to get something done or to get some, like, put belt to ass in regards to like taking action or speaking your piece or speaking your mind, because it was something that left you out in the cold, something that left you feeling like some sort of, even though I don't see the justice card here, I think there was some sort of injustice here in regards to like how someone really did you in, or how someone really like, or a situation. Don't always have to be relationship based, but I think this is something that really made you feel like you're doing, I guess I may be like, this is just an example, but you may be doing yourself a disservice by not saying anything or not taking action or not like speaking your piece in order to like get that weight off of you, or to get that like clear your conscience in regards to something. Let's see, why the Seven of Pentacles reverse here? Ten of Swords reverse. And I think you're getting over it. You're getting over whatever type of disconnect this was. Like you're like, it's like you ushered in that, I think, how can I put this? It's like you're now like letting go of something and you're allowing the disconnect to happen. Like you're no longer going to be playing small, or you're no longer going to like be denouncing your feelings in regards to how something made you feel in regards to a situation. So that's what I get here. You were up in the air too. It's like you were going back and forth, but I think it's like either the situation wasn't giving you any other option, or this person or this thing was not really giving you any leeway in regards to like how you feel, or regards to like, how you should go about this. And I think you were trying to see if like something would change, or something would collaborate, or something would give you that clarity you need to not move forward in something. But I think it's just no longer, it's like, it's now the situation is like in your hands, and it's like, now I have to go ahead and put this shit in my hands now. So let's see. Why the Ten of Swords reverse? Yeah, you were holding back from ending it, but I think you're no longer going to be holding yourself back. You're no longer going to be, yeah, because it was some sort of injustice. I think, okay, that's why I didn't want to say in the beginning, but it's like you were doing yourself a big disservice or a big injustice by not saying or doing what you need to do in order to like protect yourself, or in order to like, like remove yourself out of a situation that is no longer like beneficial to you, or is no longer like giving you the things that you need or the tools that you need in order to move forward, or in order to like stay in a situation in a healthy way. You've been patient for far too long, and I see that here. You've been really patient for far too long, and I think that impatience is starting to kick in. Let's see, why the Knight of Wands here? One more card, why the Knight of Wands here? Nine of Swords, and it's been, oh yeah, it's been messing with you. It's really been, it seemed like you were restricted. Like I'm looking at the chains here. It seemed like you were restricted. It seemed as though like you couldn't really say what you want, or do what you want, or speak your truth. And I will say this, Taurus rules the throat chakra. If I'm not mistaken, they rule the throat. And I think they rule the neck and shoulders, if I'm not mistaken. Neck, particular. So Taurus, they can be kind of blunt. I think this may be sometimes overlooked in regards to like, I think Taurus, they can be kind of blunt. Like they can be kind of direct. And actually I believe they rule the throat chakra. Don't quote me on that. I believe they do. So I think this is like with this full moon in Taurus, it's like speak. Say what's on your mind. Say what you need to say. That's the there's this meme that's playing in my head. It's like say it. Say what you want to say. It's like I will say it with you. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It was actually kind of funny. Because, like, say what you want to say then, and see how, like, and I think, with me remembering that meme in my head, is telling me that, like, You knew if you were to say something, it may have certain consequences. You may lose this thing. You may get in trouble. You may, it's like you would have been left with pie on your face. So I think you were really restricting or really like calculated in how you would go about it. So that's what was holding you back, because you was not aware of the consequences that you saying this would have. But it was mentally tormenting. It was like you had to say it in a way. While the Fool reverse here and the Ten of Wands here. This is something that was once a wish fulfillment for you. And I think that was the mind fucking part of whatever this is. It's like, this was once a wish fulfillment. I got what I want, but it's not what I really like. It's not something that I envisioned for myself. I think it was some type of confliction here that made you feel like whatever this is that you were feeling, it's like you were trying to stuff it down deep within your psyche or sweep it under the rug, just because whatever this is on paper was your wish fulfillment. But you also got to realize, collective, as well, it's like, just because something was once a wish fulfillment, that does not mean that you don't have the right to change your mind. And I know that's cliche, and it's not you being ungrateful, especially if the thing that you saw as a wish fulfillment started to turn into a biggest, like, disaster ever. Like, and I made a post about this, and I'll say it on this here, because this is something that I've been, like, processing or getting some sort of, like, as you say, downloads about. But it's like, nothing warrants you being treated like shit. Nothing warrants you being mistreated. Nothing warrants any type of lack of human decency. You're not, like, just because something was once good, that does not mean you have to overlook the bad parts, especially if the bad parts are literally glaring or overruling the good parts. You're not ungrateful. You're not delusional. You're not crazy. You're not overthinking. If something is really, like, making things worse for you, even though it's under the guise of being a good deed or under the guise of being something that was, like, once good for you, that does not necessarily mean it warrants you being in a compromising position in your life, or being put into situations where you feel like you really have no other choice but to stick with, or you have to, in order to prove or in order to show that you're grateful, no, like, you shouldn't have to go through all that. If something is really meant for you, like, no matter how, okay, let's just scrap that. No matter how many times you try to glamorize the situation is still shitty. There's nothing you could have done to make it any better than what it is. Just flat out. Just because, like, oh, this was once this, and oh, this was an opportunity that was given to me. Oh, but if it's threatening if it's threatening your well-being, if it's mistreating you, if it's not giving you what you need, if it's only, like, it doesn't warrant anything of that nature. Anything that's good for you is good for you. Anything that's bad for you is bad for you. And it's okay to admit that. It's okay to, like, say that to yourself. So, all in all, I'm saying this to say, don't get wrapped up in thinking that, like, you're stuck, or thinking that, like, you have to stick with something just because, especially if it's affecting you more than it's helping you. And you're, like I said, and don't allow people to make you feel as though, like, you're seeing things wrong, or you're crazy, like, you're not, or like you're overlooking the parts. It's not, I think you're recognizing that, like, no, I did see things the way, like, I do notice, like, for example, this is an opportunity. I do notice that this was something that was given to me, but in return for that opportunity, I'm getting the short end of the stick. I'm getting fucked over. I'm getting talked to crazy. I'm being mistreated for whatever this is. And it's like, I think you're acknowledging, like, yeah, I know what I was given, but behind what I was given, that's not excusing the things that I'm experiencing in regards to this. So that's what I'm getting here. I know that was a whole tangent, but that's the message that I'm getting for this particular spread here. One more card for the collective in regards to this first spread here. Queen of Cups. Listen to your emotions, especially after something gets revealed that makes you feel like you can drop it now. You don't have to feel stuck. I think it's like more so like you're releasing your emotions, like you're embracing your feelings in regards to a situation versus like ignoring it, or versus like trying to cover it up. Like I said, even like you can try and glamorize something as much as possible. Like, for example, you can put lipstick on a pig, but guess what? It's still a pig at the end of the day. So I think you're going to be really honest with your emotions. You're going to really listen or channel your emotions and really process whatever it is that's going on here. Why the Queen of Cups here? And you're going to be able to move forward. You're going to be able to find calmer waters, especially after lack of acknowledgement or lack of, like, you know, really seeing something for what it is. You know, yeah, lack of seeing something for what it is. I think you're really going to move towards calming waters after you acknowledge or after you see something that is not really as rewarding as you thought it was. Let's see, why the Six of Swords here? Yeah, you're going to be closing out a cycle, and you're going to allow this thing to disconnect, and you're not going to stay stuck in stagnancy. You're not going to stay stuck in your mind. At least if this is something that you should possibly consider, if this is something that, like, you know, you've been thinking, or this is something that is if this is a reading that is making sense to you guys. I think you're going to be disconnected from things that no longer resonate with the truth, resonate with your emotions, or things that don't make you feel any stable within yourself. Is that what I'm getting here? So you're not going to be ignoring the truth, or you're not going to be ignoring your feelings just because things have a good way of making it seem as though they're one thing, and it's more than likely not. So that's what I get here. Like, don't allow surface level things to dictate how you should go about something in the long run, if that makes sense. I know this, hopefully that makes sense, you guys. I think they... Oh, I'm excited. Okay, I'm gonna get into it. Okay, I got messages popping up on my thing, but for the most part, that was the first spread. So I'm gonna do a second spread, and then after the second spread, we're gonna do a collective message, and we're gonna go from there. Well, a collective moon message, like advice portion. That's what it is. But for the most part, for those that didn't resonate with the first spread, what is the second spread that they may need to hear? What is the second message they need to hear? For those that did not resonate with the first message, what is the second message that I can relay to them? What is it that they need to know in regards to this Taurus full moon that is transpiring on November 5th, 2025? For those that did not resonate with the first message, or for those that did not understand the first message, what is another message that I can give to them in regards to this Taurus full moon? Get 3 more shuffles in my head. What is another message for the collective in regards to this new full moon in Taurus that is transpired on November the 5th, 2025? There's another message. One more message for collective here in regards to this. Oh shit. New moon, full moon. I keep saying new moon, full moon in Taurus. Look back, reflect on this cycle here. What has transpired between the new moon in Taurus that has happened a few months ago and the full moon in Taurus that has happened today? What is something that you learned within that period between the new moon in Taurus that has happened a few months ago and the full moon in Taurus that has happened recently? What have you learned within this cycle of the Taurus moon cycle? What have you learned within these few months? I'll do one more shuffle here. Okay. So for those of them that did not resonate with the first message or did not understand the first message, what is another message I can give to them? Now, there's some type of acknowledgement or some sort of victory. I think you're going to be standing out over some sort of like drama or over some sort of group or some people. I don't know why I want to say something that tried to bring you down, but I think you're going to really rise above whatever this is, you're going to stand out. You're going to really shine. What is it that they need to know in regards to this full moon and Taurus that has transpired recently? For those that did not resonate with the first message or did not understand the first message. Three of Cups reverse. Now this the card. Now this card actually flew out because it was at the bottom of the deck. So the Three of Cups reverse. I think you're really gonna stand out over a group of people, or you're gonna really find some sort of teamwork, some sort of something's gonna be working with you. And I think, and this could be okay. I can go as far as say this could be like a job thing where it's like you stand out amongst the other applicants. This can be a competition where you actually like really shine, like you really have some sort of like like some sort of like star power or something, like where you just stand out or you're just being acknowledged for something, especially over a group of people or over a group in general. I think you're really gonna be like standing out, and your work is gonna show itself. Like your work, I guess I want to say like your work is not going in vain here. Why is the Six of Wands here? Two cards flew out. Devil. Now, I will say this. This may be... Okay. That's why I shouldn't speak too fucking soon. There's someone obsessed here. But I can read the devil here as acknowledgement or some like magnetism. I can read it as magnetism. Let me get more cards. I like the Three of Cups reverse. Judgment. Someone's going to make a decision here after something fell apart or something did not go through. Disappointment energy. I think someone wants to get over something, either you or someone else. Get over that something fell through, or get over that something was not exactly what it was. Why is the devil here? Now why the devil here? This is that someone's been observing you. Or you've been observing something in your life. Why the devil here? Why the devil here? Why the devil card here? Why the devil card here? Someone wants to offer you something. Come through with communication, but it's not built off stability. Did I get this before, man? I think someone really is trying to like come back in your life or come back around to try and offer you something, but it's only to gain back control. They're not going to work on it. They're not going to stand on their promise, because this is not a solid offer here, whatever it is that they're coming around for. In fact, I think they're like kind of unreliable, or they don't really have all the resources that they say they are. They're going to appear as though they want to make things work. Why do I get like someone may like try to, how can I put this? What they call it? Love bomb you. They're obsessed. Either you or somebody. I get days. Someone's obsessed here. But I think overall, if they try to come back around, it's not built off of a solid foundation. It's not necessarily something that is honest and real and tangible. Why is the Judgment card? If someone wants to revive something after something fell through or after something did not go through, I think someone's going to try and act as if they're more decisive this time around. But I don't know. Like, I just think, like, this is after some sort of disconnect amongst the two of you or multiple people. Someone wants to come back around and communicate or become more decisive in regards to, like, something, or be more clear with how they feel or more clear with how they, like, think of a situation. But I'm trying to understand, why are they obsessed? What's the devil here for? I'm confused. Someone wants to come back around. Obsessed with coming back around after waiting. They want to get something off their chest. They want to get something off their plate here. But I just really think, collective, I just literally think that, like, whoever this person that comes back around to you, and I said this in the last reading that I did, their intentions are not good. They've been waiting on the perfect opportunity to strike. If you haven't watched my previous reading, be sure to click on the previous weekly reading. I got a collective message in regards to this. It's kind of popping up in this thread here. I keep having to warn whoever come across this video or whoever come across this message in general, please be careful. Because I think they've been waiting to like come back around to get back in your good graces, or to make it seem as though things has changed or things are going to be different this time around. But behind closed doors, they've been plotting to just like get their lick back, to strike when the iron is hot, to like really knock you down a peg or two out, especially if you're getting yourself together, especially if you're out here shining, doing your thing, getting your life together. It seems like this person may be in some sort of energy where they want to take that all away from you, or like put you back in their control. Because they see you probably getting away, or they see you probably like doing better for yourself, and it's like, how the fuck you gonna get away from me and I'm not in your life? Or how you having a good time and I'm not around? Whoever this person is, this is very sick and twisted. So I don't know who I'm reading for, but collective, this is a very specific message. You need to be clear with yourself about what it is that you want. Confirmation, my phone just zinged. Do not allow yourself to fall victim to allowing someone back in your life to just get their lick back, or to just like knock you down or put you further down the path to a point of like, not saying like just put you back down. Like, that's unreasonable. And they hoping you forgot about it, or hoping that you you forgive them. They're hoping that you don't remember anything that they put you through. Yeah, they was hoping that you was in the same place that you were at before. They was hoping that like you don't see through things. They was hoping that you literally overlooked whatever it is that they did, or anything of the sort. I think they're really, really like in a position where they're like, they're hoping you forgot, but they also hope that you were still waiting on them. And after things fell through in their life, I think they want stuff to fall through for you because things fell through for them. This is a very sick individual, sick, twisted thing, because I don't like, I mean, this is just my personal opinion. We are all responsible for our lives at the end of the day. Point blank. It bothers me when someone thinks that like it's okay, like someone need to put their life on hold for someone else, but they're still living their life, or they're still getting their stuff together, like, but then you expect them to like fuck their life up for you, but you're not fucking it up for them. I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's like, it's not fair, and it's not built within reason. It's unreasonable, and it's an insult to expect someone to still be in the same place that they left them at, as if they like, after they discarded you like trash, or discarded a person like trash. Confirmation. It's not fair. It's not fair. Like, oh, like you don't have no other options. You don't have this, and you're not, like, they're banking on you to not really move on, or to like, and at least forget like, oh, it wasn't that bad, or to like repaint the narrative, or repaint the situation that has happened, or rewrite the story that has already been written. So honestly, collective, if this is your story, flat out, you got to live for you. You're not living for this person. You're not living for anyone else. And I understand, like, oh, like you got, if you have family and you have this, of course you got to be like, yeah, of course you're an active role in this person's life. Like, if you have a family, you have to look after, you are taking on that role. But I'm saying in general, at the end of the day, who got to live in the vessel that they're like, who got to live in their vessel? You. Your soul is in the vessel in your body, right? If I'm making sense this far. If this is, don't feel as though like you have to put your life on hold for X, Y, and Z, because someone fails to see your worth, or someone fails to like get it together the first time. You have to live your life. You're not living for someone else to just live it for you. This is your experience. This is your experience to live out. So you have a choice to choose how you want to live your life. Whether you like to, like, you, and if you don't see that, you need to heal enough to know that you have a choice to let go of things that no longer serve you, and to make yourself feel more complete within yourself. You don't need this person to like, that's disrespectful for someone to think you're in the same place that you were at after they discarded you, and then want to come back around and pick you up after seeing that they were the piece of shit the whole time. Don't allow someone to determine your worth. That's for you to figure out, not them, not them. So if someone were to come back around, please be careful. And mind you, if they get back in your good graces, trust and believe it's going to be worse than what it was the first time. They're going to do you in worse. And they're going to make sure they try and seal the deal this time. Be careful. Be careful with that type of energy. It's not good. And I know this gotten so serious so soon. But one more card for 3 cards flat. Yeah. Collective, please. I don't know who needs to hear this. I can tell you until I'm blue in the face, don't do this. But at the end of the day, you're an adult. So you make the choice, you make the bed, you lie in it, right? But don't allow someone to come back in to fuck up your life once again. Yeah. Don't allow it. Drop something, make changes. This is all I gotta say, collective. Like, that's all I can really say in regards to this situation, because it seemed like it's the same scenario that I picked up on in last week's reading. Let's see. One more thing. Okay. So now we're gonna do the advice portion. What is the advice for this full moon in Taurus? What is the advice the collective need to know in regards to this full moon in Taurus? What is the advice in regards to this full moon in Taurus here? What is the advice for this full moon in Taurus? What is the advice for this full moon in Taurus? What is it that the collective need to know in regards to this full moon in Taurus? I get 3 more shuffles. Just a quick shuffle. What's the advice for this full moon in Taurus that's transferred on November 5th, 2025? 2. What is the advice for this full moon in Taurus that's transpired on November the 5th, 2025? Okay. What is the advice for this full moon in Taurus? 5 of Cups reverse. Allow yourself to get over the things that has transpired, the things that's disappointed you, the things that have put a bad taste in your mouth. Allow yourself to release it. Put it to rest. Don't give it any type of attention. Let it go. Let it flow out of you. So what's the advice for this full moon in Taurus? Yeah. You're going to be getting over stuff, collective. You're going to have to be allowing yourself to seal the deal on stuff, meaning that, just allow yourself to release. And just know that this narrative or this timeline will no longer be a part of your path if you allow it to not be a part of your path. Why the 5 of Cups reverse here? Yeah, move to calmer waters. You don't have to carry this load all on your own. You don't have to carry this scarlet letter, or you don't have to carry this narrative that you have to stick with this thing, this pain in your chest. I think for the most part, collective wise, advice wise, allow yourself to release the pain that no longer serves you. Allow yourself to release the narratives that no longer serve you. Allow yourself to see the truth of the situation versus allowing yourself to see the worst parts of a situation. You don't have to take action. You can put your burdens to rest here. You can allow your burdens to be placed to rest here. Why the Knight of Swords reverse here? Yeah, follow your intuition through whatever this is. Sometimes their silence speak louder than words. If you're indecisive about what you want to do, tune into your inner voice here. Tune into your intuition. And your silence in whatever this situation is speaks louder than what you realize. Sometimes you don't have to say much in order to, like, get your point across, in order to, like, show that, like, oh, this is what it is. I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes, and this is the sad thing, sometimes people are not really going to see what you see. Sometimes people may be confused about, like, your experiences, but guess what? That is your experiences. That is your lived experience. You don't have to fall victim to over-explaining yourself. You don't have to fall victim to trying to make sense of something to someone else. It is your experience, and you don't have to allow someone to dictate how you should go about your experiences, or you shouldn't fall victim to having to over explain yourself or feeling as though you have to constantly. I just get that, like, collective wise, advice wise, don't put unnecessary stuff on your plate and move to calmer waters. Like, you deserve peace. You deserve to let whatever this is out of your life go. You don't have to add fuel to the fire. You don't have to stir the pot. You don't have to you don't have to do shit. And I don't know why I want to say, let the divine do his job. Let the divine do his job. Your only main priority for this full moon in Taurus really is to just find your peace of mind. Find balance within yourself. Move to calmer waters. When something's above you, it's no longer your battle at that point. Your only main focus right now is to find peace after that storm. Yeah. One more card for the collective advice. Yeah. Drop those burdens, babes. Release control of a situation. Release feeling as though you have to hold on to this baggage. You don't have to hold on to this baggage. And I think you don't have to hold on to this narrative. You don't have to hold on to this pain here. You don't have to hold on to it. This don't have to reign supreme over your life. Why the Ten of Wands reversed here? You don't have to. Disconnect from it. You're not tied to it. Understand that whatever this is, you are not tied to it. You don't have to go through hell and high waters if you don't have to. If you don't want to. You don't have to put your say in it, or you don't have to be an active participant in it. You can preserve your peace. Again, move to calmer waters. Release whatever this is. If it's above you, let it go. It's no longer your battle. You don't have to fight it. And allow your silence to speak for you. You can be done with something and not have to you can be done with something and not have to announce it. Take your dignity, take your peace, and go. That's what I get. That's the advice I get for the collective here. Yeah. Give yourself that grace and give yourself that second chance to start anew. That's what I get. That's what I get. Give yourself that chance to start anew. Give yourself that chance to start over and to rewrite your story, or, like, change the book. Read something else. Close out that book, tie up those loose ends, and start a new book. Because as long as you're still alive today, you have a chance to write anew, start anew, get yourself up, do whatever the fuck you gotta do in order to get by. Yeah. Be confident in yourself. There may be communication coming in regards to something. Possible from a fire sign, Aries, Sag, Leo. Communication may come in. So don't give up on yourself either, collective. Don't be the person that give up on themselves. Even when other people give up on you, don't give up on yourself. That's not a narrative you have to tell yourself. That's another message I'm getting. But for the most part, that's what I get for this full moon in Taurus. I guess the overall message is stop telling yourself the narrative. Like, release those release those burdens and release those thoughts that make you feel as though you have to hold on to it in order to make sense of everything. Some stuff are just what it is. A piece of shit or something beautiful. Who knows? Anyway, I know I've kind of been rambling the whole time, but for the most part, I am planning on posting a podcast episode soon, so be on the lookout if it's something that you're interested in. I almost forgot to do a May You Know card. I've been, like I said, I've been resting, y'all. I just been like trying to just stay in my own lane and stuff like that. So sorry if I'm kind of low energy throughout this video, but for the most part, I still think the message still applies. Let's see if I got all the cards. I do. Okay. So let's pull a May You Know card. This is what you should know for this collective full moon in Taurus. What is it that the collective should know in regards to this full moon in Taurus that is transpired on November the 5th, 2025? What is the message that they shall know? What is it they can take with them, if anything, from this collective new moon, full moon in Taurus has transpired this on November the 5th, 2025? 4 more shuffles. What is the message I can give to collective in regards to this full moon in Taurus that happened on November 5th, 2025? 4 shuffles. 3. 4. Okay. What is it that the collector shall know in regards to this that flew out? Magic. May you know magic. And at the bottom of the deck, may you know nourishment. All right, let's go ahead and pull. Well, let's go ahead and read these two. I feel called to read the nourishment card, so I'll read that first, and then I'll read may you know magic. Okay. At the bottom of the deck here, may you know nourishment. May you nourish your mind, your body, and your soul daily. They are your divine trinity. Nourish your fibers, your ideas, and your values. Strengthening these will carry you further than you might dream possible. May you treat yourself with kindness and compassion and share your nourishment with those in need of it. They will come to you and you will both be nourished in the process. May you know nourishment. So this tells me that you cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to allow yourself to refill your cup in order to, like, and then whatever overflows out that cup, you're able to give what is overflowing from you. I know this is like a cliche thing, but learn to pamper yourself, and not just on a surface level, but allow yourself to like really heal and to dig deep within yourself in order to, like, you know, be able to be a better person for yourself and others. So let's read magic. Perfect. So last but not least is what flew out the deck itself. So may you know magic. May you know that the universe is on your side. Open to that, and know that the universe is conspiring to help you in all kinds of beautiful and mysterious ways. Let a sparkle of magic touch everything you do. Open to the magic of possibility and be enchanted by it. May you know magic. All right, you guys, so that's the messages. I can't believe I almost forgot to post that, but for the most part, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Toodles.